is presented by Fusillo Auto Group and Cayuga Medical Center.
With all those wonderful musicians, Wayne. So great to be in Auburn tonight.
It is great to be in Auburn tonight. We're inside because we got a little threat. Speaking of weather, a little threat with some showers, some thunderstorms around. But great, everybody is in here. I think we're all doing well, and just terrific way. What a terrific way to start out this year's Your Town series.
Yes, and welcome everyone to the Equal Rights Heritage Center here in Auburn. It's wonderful to be here tonight, and you know, with the showers out there, it gives us a wonderful excuse to be inside and showcase this beautiful facility which opened back in November.
Oh, this is fantastic. I mean, what a gorgeous place this is.
So we're going to show you around. We're going to talk a lot about Auburn and all the wonderful things that are going on in this community. You know, Auburn has such a rich history, and there's a lot going on in Auburn, particularly on Friday nights. They have something called First Fridays, great family events. All of the arts and cultural institutions are open. They are free and open for families and for the public to enjoy. So it's a great chance to get out and enjoy Auburn. So let's first start off by telling you where we're located. Auburn, of course, is in Cayuga County. Many of you we know are familiar with that. It is right in the heart of the Finger Lakes region, about 25 miles west of Syracuse. Auburn's home to about 27,000 people. It is rich in culture, arts, and history, featuring National Historic Sites and national landmarks. And Wayne, you mentioned at the beginning, we are sort of trying to avoid the raindrops out there. Not raining in Auburn at the moment, but we do have a batch that's coming.
Well, there is. We've already had some showers around, had some thunderstorms around, but there's a bigger batch that I'm a little more concerned with that actually is approaching from the south and the west. Right now, well, it just went through Geneva. Pretty good little storm, some gusty winds, some torrential downpours, and now we got another couple of cells we're watching now around Seneca Falls, Union Springs. I think they're going to work on into our immediate Auburn area, getting into Seneca Falls here in another little bit. Here's a look at what's going on right now with live triple Doppler radar brought to you by Falso Service Experts, and you can see lots of scattered showers and thunderstorms around right now, especially north and west of Syracuse. And some of those, because these storms have so much moisture in them, you might have felt the humidity today, as we've been predicting. There's a lot of moisture in these storms, and they're only moving about 5 or 10 miles an hour. So that's why we've had a few flooding issues across parts of western New York this afternoon, and something we have to keep an eye on, not only heading on into this evening, Megan, but right on into tomorrow as well, until we clear it up by the time we get to Sunday.
Okay. All right, Wayne. Thank you so much. We're going to talk more about the forecast in just a minute, but you know how much a lover I am of musicals.
I know that.
Arts and culture and theater, and there's a lot of great things that are going on in the Auburn community, specifically when it comes to the Auburn Public Theater, which has sort of been a catalyst to getting people downtown, revitalizing the downtown area, and giving people a wonderful place to come, delighting audiences. It's a nonprofit, multi-venue art center. It sits right in the heart of downtown Auburn. The theater is now embarking on a 3-phase renovation project. The downstairs will house a large performing arts venue. There will also be a black box theater and Auburn Music Hall of Fame, along with a cafe.
Auburn Public Theater was founded about 14 years ago when there wasn't too much going on downtown. And through the organization's growth, we have become, I believe, an economic engine for downtown, attracting businesses and tourism.
The theater is drawing people from all over. We're told about 65% of people who come to the theater are from out of the Auburn area. Well, the city is full of family fun activities, and this one is near the top of the list, watching the Auburn Doubledays minor league baseball team. They play at Leo Pinckney Field at Falcon Park. It recently underwent some upgrades. Let's go live to our Lauren Khalil. She's at the ballpark tonight. They are scheduled to play just after 7 tonight. Lauren.
That's right, Megan. And those renovations, they look a bit different now because the field behind us, less than a year ago, a lot has changed. But luckily for them, everything was finished just in time for baseball season. Baseball, the all-American sport. You can ask pretty much anyone, and they've been to a ball game quite a few times in their life.
40? I don't know. A lot.
And now that the field at Falcon Park has had a few facelifts, there can be even more to enjoy here during baseball season.
Every night of the week, there's something going on.
President of Auburn Doubledays, Jeff Dygert, says the renovations include installation of artificial turf, new LED lights, a scoreboard, and even better clubhouses. The last time the stadium had any upgrades was all the way back in 1995. The improvements began back in October and were completed in May. Dygert says with these upgrades, the park can be used by community college teams, high school teams, Little League, and even other activities.
A lot more ability for people in the community to come down and utilize the park or get to experience the park than we ever had with just a baseball program.
And speaking of the Auburn community, they're loving it too.
It's beautiful. We got new turf like everybody else does in the MLB, like Tropicana Field. It looks like this.
And now all that's left?
Play ball. Play ball. Play ball?
And tonight the team is back here at home playing ball. And luckily for them, the turf, with some of that rain that we saw in the last hour or so, is going to make it a better game than if it wasn't turf. And something else that they did here was yesterday for the 4th of July, they were able to have some fireworks. Reporting live from Auburn, I'm Lauren Khalil.
All right, Lauren, thanks so much. What a fun night out there.
Oh,
Auburn
it sure
Doubledays
is.
is always a great time for the family.
Oh, yes, it is. Yeah.
All right, there is a lot more to come live from Auburn tonight. We're going to talk about the craft beer industry, which really is booming in this area. The mayor is here. We're going to talk to him. Also, we'll dive deep into the history of Harriet Tubman and what a gem she was for this community.
Oh, certainly. I can't wait to hear more about
Yeah, we're going
that.
to talk to her. Also, our favorite segment as we continue our Your Town series tonight. We're going to do a little sampling, a little taste testing. Are you feeling hungry tonight?
Always.
Always, always. So we're going to see what Auburn has to offer, and we'll dive into that coming up as our Your Town coverage continues in just a moment. But first, we do want to get to some of the big news of the day today. We do have some breaking news to report to you tonight out of DeWitt. The owners of Shoppingtown Mall missing yet another deadline. Moonbeam Capital owes nearly $10 million in back taxes to Onondaga County. Onondaga County officials telling NBC3 tonight they did not pay 1 cent of it by their 4 p.m. deadline today. Onondaga County wants to shut down the mall, but that can't happen until October. Tonight, the county executive, Ryan McMahon, says enough is enough.
They're going to continue to do what they do, and they will continue to be bad landlords, bad community members, and spend money on everybody but the property taxpayers of this county that they owe a lot of money to.
This all happened after an appellate court today denied Moonbeam's effort to extend the deadline. In developing news tonight, an update from Auburn police on the robbery at Generations Bank that happened last month. Dustin Hall, who was considered armed and dangerous, was found and arrested in Pennsylvania. A license plate reader alerted police to his location. They stopped Hall at a truck stop in Harbor Creek. We're told he refused to comply with orders and ran away from officers, but was caught after a short chase. Hall had 2 loaded firearms at the time of his arrest. He's being held on $150,000 bail.
I want to say, everybody, you can relax. We've caught the ghost. And we've neutralized Slimer. He's frozen now, so he's not going to bother anybody.
Well, what a relief that is, Wayne. Ghostbuster Winston Zeddemore has just declared Syracuse City Hall officially ghost-free. Actor Ernie Hudson was downtown this morning, decked out in his Ghostbuster uniform with a ghost trap and the Ghostbusters vehicle in tow. The event kicks off the start of Salt City Comic-Con starting tomorrow at the State Fairgrounds. Well, here's a great reason to check out the Rosamond Gifford Zoo in Syracuse. There's a new zoo animal unveiled today. It's a Komodo dragon, and her name is Naga. She's 6 months old and moved into her new home at the former Peafowl exhibit. These reptiles are the biggest and heaviest lizards in the world. There's also, they're very quick. They can run 11 miles an hour for a short burst of time. You can do that too, can't you?
I don't know. It'd be a lot shorter burst of time than them, probably.
Well, today is part 2 of the State Fairgrounds 4th and 5th Affair event. The event features 12 carnival rides like bumper cars and a fun house. You can have unlimited rides with a $25 wristband. There's also carnival food and live music from 3 local bands. Admission is free. Dan Messinio is at the event right now at the fairgrounds, and one of the things on people's minds right now, avoiding the heat and humidity.
The carnival behind me is the kickoff to Comic-Con this weekend, but if you're headed out here to have some fun on the rides and to walk the midway to play games, then you should be ready for some heat and sun. We're still more than 40 days to the New York State Fair, but today on the fairgrounds, Carnival has popped up in front of the Expo Center ahead of Comic-Con.
We came out and stayed out for the weekend, and letting the little one have all the rides he wants.
And those riders who decided to head out have to deal with the blistering weather.
It is very humid and hot.
Robin Weisbord and a friend brought the kids out. She says the main way to make it through a day like this is to stay hydrated.
Water's the big thing, yeah. It's the only way we can survive.
And with a high hovering around 90 degrees, organizers say to wear sunscreen, and they have plenty of refreshments and cold treats to cool you down.
I made a mistake and just bought some funnel cake, so that probably won't help the heat.
And while the rides are turning outside, a crew is busy inside the Expo Center setting up for Salt City Comic-Con. Organizers say it's a fun way to beat the heat this weekend.
But indoors, it's air conditioned, so it's very comfortable. Wear comfortable shoes. The Expo Center is gigantic, and be ready to be surprised and amazed.
Comic-Con opens inside the Fair Expo Center at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Reporting at the New York State Fairgrounds, I'm Dan Messinio.
All right, Dan, thank you. Well, you know, it's going to be a busy night at the fairgrounds tonight. They're expecting to have fireworks around 9:30, but Wayne, I know you're keeping a close eye on the radar.
Well,
You think it'll happen?
I'm going to say probably it will, and I say probably because there are scattered showers, scattered thunderstorms around. Most of them are west of the fairgrounds right now, but they're starting to move east, but also they're starting to weaken. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed.
Okay, well, I've got my fingers and my toes crossed for that
Okay,
tonight.
good. All right.
Let's go live to Melanie Johnson. I think she does too. She's live at the fairgrounds tonight with a look behind the scenes, a pretty unique perspective, Melanie.
Well, it's raining a little bit, but that does not stop the 4th of July celebration from continuing here at the State Fairgrounds. The fireworks will be setting off tonight at 9:30 right outside the expo. And the many people we talked to tell me this is just a warm-up for tonight to watch those fireworks with their family and their friends. There is a $25 cost for an unlimited wristband to ride all of these rides at the park. We've been in touch with Majestic Fireworks, and they'll be the ones behind the display. The people we spoke to are very anxious tonight for these fireworks, and they want to continue their 4th of July celebration.
I was kind of shocked that there's something after the 4th, but hey, the more we celebrate our country, the better, right?
Again, the Comic-Con convention is here this weekend, so it's very crowded already, and people are excited to see these fireworks that will start tonight at 9:30 p.m. Again, admissions and parking are free. Reporting live in Syracuse, I'm Melanie Johnson.
All right, so we will keep our fingers and toes crossed.
All of that,
yes.
That's right.
Well, there is much more to come live from Auburn tonight as our Your Town series continues. Up next, we are looking at the craft beer industry. It is really booming here in Auburn and across the state. We'll talk about the economic impact of that and how it's drawing people back to town. But first, we want to leave you right now with a live look at Perform for Purpose as they perform for us live here at the New York State Equal Rights Heritage Center as our Your Town coverage continues tonight, live from Auburn.
Your Town Auburn is presented by Fusillo Auto Group and Cayuga Medical Center.
And And welcome back to our special Your Town series live from Auburn tonight. Wayne, we are sort of trying to duck the rain showers, but we're doing okay. We've moved inside tonight.
Well, we have moved inside because we got to be safe. There's a pretty good shower, pretty good couple of thunderstorms now south and west of here, trying to get up closer and closer towards Auburn where we are. They're weakening, but it's just better to be safe than sorry with any lightning.
Hey, listen, with any rain out there, go grab a beer at one of the breweries here. It's a great time to pop inside because craft beer is just booming. It's really brewing up something big for the local economy here in Auburn and really across the state. With more than 400 licensed breweries around the state and an annual economic impact of $3.4 billion. From Prison City Brewery to Next Chapter Brewery and many others, the downtown area is filled with them. Owners tell us the Auburn area was more thirsty for craft beer than they gave it credit for.
We had a lot of confidence in what we're doing, but we thought we'd have enough beer forever. We learned very quickly that we don't. Yeah, it took off in a way that we did not anticipate. We all are legitimately excited for each other, lifting each other up, collaborating, making beers together, like just celebrating that this is what we get to do for a living. It's pretty fun.
Now, according to the New York State Brewers Association, there are 5 breweries in Cayuga County. They're credited with creating $61 million in economic output and bringing 206 total jobs to the area. The craft beer industry is just part of what's driving the revitalization of Auburn. The city was the 3rd round winner of the Downtown Revitalization Initiative, and they've identified 18 projects to breathe new life into the area. The major points to the Auburn Public Theater as a big part of the Renaissance.
Not too many years ago, downtown was almost a ghost town after 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Now there's no parking. People are out walking around, going to different events. There's families walking with children. And
our Downtown Revitalization Initiative program is centered on our history and our cultural venues. And the residents felt very strongly that we include projects and keep that as a theme.
Now, one project involves converting a downtown building into residential and office space. There's also a park planned, and we're going to talk to the mayor, Michael Quill, about some of the changes that he's seen over the years here in Auburn coming up in just a few minutes. But first tonight, we are ducking some of those rain showers out there. We know that parts of central New York have seen that move through. We're hoping it won't come through Auburn, but
yeah, well, that's why we're inside, right? And all the fine folks here are inside too, because there are some showers, thunderstorms around. In fact, just seconds ago, the National Weather Service issued a flash flood watch until midnight for a good part of the Finger Lakes region, which includes Auburn here. So for more on that, and then what lies ahead for the entire weekend, let's go back to the studio and to the Weather Center meteorologist, Josh Kozlowski. I think he may still be out on the weather deck. Josh, what's it looking like?
Good evening, Wayne and Megan. Yeah, there's a sprinkle alert on the weather deck right now. Got some sprinkles, a little bit of dim sun. So hopefully we'll get through this weathercast outside without the need for an umbrella, but I can't say that maybe different for the other times we're out here tonight. So the humidity, though, is just very, very high. Let's talk about the rain on live triple Doppler radar right now. You can see that it's brought to us by Falso Service experts, and this is the static mode. We're not looking at the loop just yet, but I just want to show you the orientation of where these showers and downpours are lining up. Southwest to northeast. And now I'll turn on the loop for you here. And I drew a couple of arrows to indicate, again, the main zone of where they've been kind of going on. You can see right here, Finger Lakes, here's Auburn is where Wayne and Megan are. And look at how they're kind of going over the same areas again and again. We call that the training effect. And we actually had a flash flood warning a short while ago into Wayne County for some cells that trained there. I would not be surprised that we see some more flash flood warnings potentially anywhere in our evening. As Wayne mentioned, there's that threat as we go through the rest of the evening. Now, as we zoom in a little bit here, again, Finger Lakes from over towards, say, Seneca Lake to Cayuga Lake, there are some cells moving through here. So if you're in the area of the Finger Lakes now, keep your eye to the sky. You may get doused on by some rain. And now I don't want to leave out the Adirondacks here, just north of Old Forge. Some thundery downpours here as well near Monsieur Falls and further off to the east. So yeah, it's very hit or miss for the area right now. The cause of our weather the past couple of days, all this humidity that I'm feeling out on the weather deck right now, it's this tropical Floridian type air mass that's being sucked up all the way from the Gulf of Mexico. And check out these temperatures, 87 now in Syracuse. I think we spiked up close to 90 earlier. 90 in Rome, 80s for Cortland, Ithaca, even 80s in the Watertown right now. You factor in this tropical type humidity. Yeah, dew point, 60s, 70s. When you get in the mid-70s, that's what it feels like you're down in Florida. You're on vacation. Look at this to our west and south. Cincinnati, dew point 55. Way too much humidity to be outside for any stretch of time. Futurecast indicating the hit or miss downpours this evening. I think it will quiet down overnight. And then for tomorrow, kind of like today, quiet to start, maybe some patchy fog. And then by late morning, midday, a boundary is going to try to come through to squeeze out all the rest of the moisture here. So thundery downpours, potentially flash flooding again tomorrow in some spots. Other than that, though, things should quiet down nicely for us on Sunday with high pressure and drier air. So your forecast tonight, 70s for the low, like last night, 80s tomorrow. Look at that stretch. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, dry weather, low humidity, low to mid-80s by day, 50s at night. All right, let's take a live look outside with our Stanislaw Skywatch brought to us by Adirondack Furniture, Route 81, downtown Syracuse. Some hazy sun and some sprinkles, again, out here on the weather deck. And that'll do it for your forecast for now. Back to you, Megan.
All right, Josh, thank you so much. Well, I love to travel. I love to explore and check out new communities, and that is exactly what we've been doing in Auburn over the last couple of weeks. We've sent a team of reporters here to uncover all of the hidden gems, and I think we may have found one of the best.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
So it's located in the Cayuga Museum of History and Art. That museum was founded in 1936 by Theodore Case and his wife. The museum offers exhibitions, public programs, and has a wide range of artifacts and photographs. In fact, the day that we were there, they had one artist on display, a Syracuse University student, and the images were beautiful, watercolors. So, but its most famous attraction really is the Case Research Lab, where sound on film was developed. So think back to probably when you were a kid, haha, and you know, and they were silent movies.
Oh, yeah.
Well, right here in Auburn, that was the birthplace of sound on film.
That's incredible.
Which is just amazing.
And I heard you say this, you mentioned this a couple of days ago. I never realized that.
Yeah, it's
incredible.
really awesome. So in the 1920s, Theodore Case invented an ultra-sensitive light bulb that could react to variations in sound waves. 2 years later, he started working on a sound film system, and he would eventually help create the Fox Case Corporation, making sound and film a reality and truly transforming the movie industry.
Kind of the story of upstate New York in a lot of ways. You have all these little pockets of like this amazing history here, and it's one of those things where people are like, wow, this major part of our national history was invented in this guy's garage in the backyard.
In this guy's garage in the backyard. This is where he started tinkering. It's incredible. Yeah.
Incredible.
The museum features the original cameras, microphone, and bulbs used to transform the movie industry. Even the original darkroom is preserved with the old film canisters. And you can see this all for yourself right here in Auburn.
That is the old, tell me if you've ever heard of these people before. Buster Keaton, Charlie Chaplin.
Oh yes, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
I know.
I'm
Really
sure
amazing.
that's those old days.
I know, incredible to see the transformation there. So we have a lot more coming up live from Auburn tonight as our Your Town series continues. We're going to do a little sampling. I know you're going to help me along with that.
Oh yeah.
We are also going to talk live to the mayor, Michael Quill, some of the changes he's seen over the course of the years, many years that he's been here, as our Your Town series live from Auburn continues right after this. Welcome back, everyone, to our Your Town series live from Auburn. Tonight is an exciting night. First Friday is underway here in Auburn. A great chance for you to get out and enjoy some of the historic sites, free for families to come out and enjoy. Joining me now is the mayor, Michael Quill. Great to see you.
Good afternoon. Welcome back to Auburn.
Yeah, thank you for having us. You have been here for quite some time.
Well, my whole life, but the last 12 years as mayor. So
Yeah,
yes.
that's right. And so from the time that you were a child up till now, tell me about some of the changes that you've seen.
There's been a lot of changes, but a lot of it's just recycling, becoming old. What's old is new again.
Yeah.
The resurgence of downtown, the Seward Mansion picking up, this new building here. It's just tying everything in Auburn together.
And the Equal Rights Heritage Center, which opened back in November, I mean, this is a gem. It is beautiful in here, and it's sort of a one-stop shop for people maybe from out of town to come in and see what Auburn has to offer.
Absolutely. If you're looking for a museum, it's not a museum, but it just gives you highlights of everything within the area, just outside the area, and it's very interesting.
Okay, so favorite things in Auburn. What do you love to eat? What do you love to do? What do you love to see?
You put me on the spot. There's no bad restaurants in Auburn. They don't stay open long.
Yeah.
So the breweries, all the breweries are good. Many great restaurants, the parks, the Seward Mansion, just it's just interesting learning the history of Auburn. It's very amazing.
One of the places we got a chance to feature was the Harriet Tubman home, which
Yes.
is now this National Historical Park,
Yes.
which is now drawing visitors, I was told, from all over the world.
I was told over the weekend there was people from all over the country were there, and it's just growing and growing. It's something that most Albertans thought would happen. They just needed a push, and hopefully we're getting there.
Yeah.
So.
And when I visited some of the breweries recently, they told me they could feel it. They could feel this revitalization of downtown. More people were on the streets, people with baby carriages coming in and out of shops and restaurants.
Yeah, that's a great point. Years ago on a Friday, Saturday evening, you see tumbleweed blowing through Auburn.
Yeah.
Now you see people walking and families with baby carriages. To me, that shows that it's a safe place to be, a good place to be, and there's something for everyone.
And so much to do, and so much to sample. We're going to do some food sampling coming up in a little bit, so I can't wait to see it.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Mayor Quill, thank you so much for being here. We
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
A lot more to come live from Auburn tonight as we continue our Your Town series here. We will be back with more right after this.
Is presented by Fusillo Auto Group and Cayuga Medical Center.
And welcome back to our Your Town series live from Auburn tonight. Perform for Purpose. How good are they?
They are terrific.
Oh my goodness!
Great
job,
job,
you guys. That is just wonderful. They are bringing the wonderful musical sounds here to the New York Heritage Rights Equal Rights Center here in downtown Auburn, and we're so glad to be here tonight. Wayne, I snagged us a little sample of some of the food that we're going to be sampling here in just a few minutes. So don't eat it yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Not yet. So I'm
All
going
right.
to tease you with that. All
Okay.
right. So we're going to have some of that in just a minute. But welcome to our Your Town series. We're broadcasting live here tonight from the Equal Rights Heritage Center in downtown Auburn. A great place for you to come and really find out what Auburn has to offer. They'll give you a sort of a roadmap to how to explore Auburn and all the great history here. It's open for First Fridays. A great chance to get out and enjoy it. Now, we are ducking some rain showers out there tonight. But
we are.
We're doing okay. We're happy to be inside tonight in this wonderful building.
We are, and this is a great building, and we got a great crowd here. Everybody's doing right. Everybody's doing well, right? All right.
Yeah.
And that's good. That's good that we're all inside because there are some showers around. In fact, a flash flood watch for most of the Finger Lakes, including here in Auburn, was issued just a few minutes ago, and that goes until midnight because we got scattered showers, scattered thunderstorms around that are producing some locally heavy downpours, a little bit of thunder and lightning. So we got nothing severe right now, but just keep in mind some localized flooding issues are possible. Let's go to live triple Doppler radar brought to you by Falso Service Experts, and you can see numerous scattered showers all across western New York, primarily from the Finger Lakes westbound. And I think what's going to happen is that they're going to be with us over the next few hours. Then they're going to sort of die down once the sun sets, the heating of the day is gone. And then tomorrow, ahead of a cold front, they're going to fire up again. So again, tomorrow, Megan, we once again will run the risk for scattered showers and storms. Some could be locally heavy downpours. And then if you like it a little bit more comfortable, maybe the temperature dropped down a little bit.
That would
Maybe
be
the
nice.
humidity, dropped down a little bit. You're going to like Sunday.
Okay, well then Sunday I think's my day.
Okay, then that's your day.
Wonderful. So we hit the streets of Auburn to find out what people love most about this wonderful city. Here's what they told us.
No place like home. You know, families here. It's familiar. And Auburn is just, there's not a lot of crime here. The traffic's not bad. You can get from one end of town to the other in 10 minutes, you know, on a busy day.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, you grew up here and it feels like home.
It's my hometown. And yes, I love Auburn because it's been, you know, we've had all our Auburn Public Theater is one of my main points, and the Seward House, the Harriet Tubman house that we have now, all the history of Auburn.
Oh, I love Auburn. It's very productive here, you know. They got lots of things for people to do. It's a wonderful place to tour, you know. It's the Greater Finger Lakes.
Yeah, so much to do here. And that one woman mentioned the Harriet Tubman home, which is just such a gem here. I had a chance to visit it a couple of weeks ago. It's now a National Historical Park. They got that designation back in 2017, drawing a lot of people from around the country and around the world. Tubman's story begins in 1849 in Maryland when she escaped slavery. She became a well-known spy and scout for the Union Army. Referred to as the Moses of her time, Tubman went back and forth to Maryland at least 9 times. And imagine how dangerous that would have been.
Oh, yeah.
Some say as many as 13 to 19 times to help guide hundreds of slaves to freedom.
She's significant not only for her story, bringing people from slavery to freedom, but for all that she did here, living on this property, which she owned as a free woman.
25,000 people visited the site last year. Now in Historic Park, they expect that number to grow. And with the renewed push to put her on the $20 bill, they expect even more interest in her life and legacy. Well, are you looking for a little arts and culture? You'll find plenty of it here in Auburn. The Schweinfurth Art Center opened its doors back in 1981. The facility features a large professional gallery with artwork that rotates on a continual basis.
We're so fortunate to have 21,000 square feet where we can do our classes and programs, and a large professional gallery for our exhibitions. So for a community the size of Auburn, it's really special.
The Art Center offers classes and programs for children and adults. There's much more to come from our Your Town broadcast from Auburn tonight. Coming up, we're going to do those taste tests, which we know I can hear your stomach grumbling already. Also, we're going to take you out on the water, paddleboarding, canoeing, kayaking. There's a lot you can do, especially during the summertime here in Auburn, and we'll show you how you and your furry friends can do that. We know that you're a lover of animals, so that can be fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we'll show you that coming up in just a few minutes. But first, let's get to some of the news headlines today, now at 5:30. A man born without legs is now raising awareness for other people with disabilities in a pretty unique way. Our Olivia Dance reports.
John Robinson is 4 days into his 360-mile hand cycle journey along the Erie Canal. He's an athlete and president of Our Ability, an agency that advocates for those with disabilities.
If you look at me, 3'9", think I can't cycle, you know what, I can, and I'm going to do 360 miles. You can too.
John and his team will complete the trip across the state in 9 days. He's doing it to prove that even those who appear to have tremendous restrictions don't necessarily.
It's always been our dream that people with disabilities or people with mobility issues or people just sitting on the couch and come out and do 1 mile. And so the Canalway came to us and said, would we sponsor the First Mile Challenge?
In central New York, John was greeted along the canal with encouraging signs. And along the way towards Albany, he's inviting people to join him, even for just a mile of the journey, as part of the Canalway Challenge.
We know 1 mile turns into 2, turns into 4, before you know it turns into 180.
John Robinson has come a long way on his journey along the Erie Canal. He has officially reached his halfway point, which is where I'm standing right now.
We're excited to be halfway. We're a little sore, a little tired. It's been hot, thankfully. But, you know, we'll get up tomorrow morning and go and get really excited about it. 2012
was the first time that John Robinson got on a hand cycle.
I've always looked at people cycling and I've watched the spokes from a profile or, you know, from a distance. I've never been on top of the bike. And so the first time I got on the hand cycle, I realized I could do this too.
And now he is cycling on, inspiring anyone along the historic waterway to join him and try just 1 mile. Reporting along the Erie Canal in Camillus, I'm Olivia Dance.
Wow, what an incredible inspiration.
Certainly is.
Fantastic. Well, lots more to come live from Auburn tonight as our Your Town series continues. We're going to take you inside the Seward house. That is a gem here. Also, the Tiffany Design Chapel, the only one in the world, and you'll find it here in Auburn. But first, Wayne, let's do a cheers to Auburn.
Okay.
All right, and we're going to do a little sampling. I got us a little sneak peek, okay?
A little sneak peek of the sampling, okay.
Oh, that hits the spot.
That's good.
That is pretty darn good. Much more sampling, a lot more to come. Live from Auburn tonight.
They are terrific.
Incredibly talented group of young people. I'm told they perform all over Auburn and at all kinds of different community events. And thank you for being here, guys. They are just beautiful. So imagine this, okay? You're a U.S. Senator, the governor of New York, and you just happen to be the Secretary of State for Abraham Lincoln. Quite a career.
Yeah.
Well, if you had that resume, you'd be William Seward. Tonight, our Tara Gibbons explores all the many stories that he left behind at his home here in Auburn.
A step back in time to the mid-1800s and the Civil War.
The incredible thing about this house is that the collection is almost completely original.
One of the most prominent figures in history lived here, and his home lives on here in Auburn. Allison Hinman offers me a tour.
This was one of the things that he felt was so important as governor of New York.
Of a museum that aims to stay true to its mission. One house, many stories.
This family not only left behind their things, but they left behind their thoughts, their feelings, their opinions about what was happening during the 19th century, during really pivotal years of the Civil War.
William Henry Seward lived here when he was New York's governor in 1839, a U.S. senator for more than a decade. Seward then served President Abraham Lincoln and Andrew Johnson as a Secretary of State. It's here in Auburn, where you can see household items that reveal how Seward lived, but also letters and documents that reveal how his life impacted some of the most historic changes in our nation's history.
People can look at items and say, wow, William Seward, these were his glasses he used to look at this map, or he sat at this desk, and people can really find a very personal connection.
The beautiful estate is surrounded by 2 acres of gardens and trees. The museum has welcomed thousands of visitors, including President Bill Clinton and First Lady Hillary Clinton in 1999. For now, reporting in Auburn, I'm Tara Gibbons.
You know, another unique fact that I learned recently, Harriet Tubman and William Seward knew each other quite well. He actually sold that land to her.
Really?
So she was able to own the property here in Auburn, which is pretty unique. Pretty unique friendship, yeah. Auburn, by the way, is home to a Tiffany-designed chapel. It is the only one in the world. It's just remarkable, so beautiful on the inside. It's now where many couples begin their married lives together. Take a peek inside. This is such a gem here in central New York. It's 125 years old, the Willard Memorial Chapel. It's a rare work of world-renowned artist and designer Louise C. Tiffany. It features 14 windows, chandeliers, glass mosaic tile, and gilt bronze furnishings.
As a National Historic Landmark, we have visitors from all over the world who are interested not only in the history of the seminary, which is fantastic, but also the fact that every item in this chapel is designed by Tiffany.
Pretty unique. The chapel was once part of the Auburn Theological Seminary and lives on today as an historic part of the Auburn community. Well, there is much more to come live from Auburn tonight. Now to our favorite part, our favorite segment. We're going to sample some of the food and beverages that some of the wonderful restaurants here have brought over for us tonight. We will sample all that and talk more about the exciting things going on in Auburn when we come back. And welcome back to our special Your Town broadcast live from Auburn tonight. And we actually have a great crowd here at the Equal Rights Heritage Center. Hi, guys.
All right.
Yes, they've all joined us here. I think they just want the samples, really, is what it is.
We're going to have some leftovers. We're going to have leftovers.
We will. So there's so much to talk about here in Auburn. And really, what better way to explore community than out on the water? And the summer is a perfect time to do that. Have you ever gone paddle boarding?
Once, just briefly.
How'd you do?
I mean, stood up and that was about it. I didn't. It was like you stand up and you don't move.
Okay, well, that's impressive. And did you know you can actually do it with your pet? Okay, so we're going to show you. Wasco Paddles in Emerson Park offers some really great adventures and fun for the whole family. You can head to Shallow Cove to explore the area by kayak, paddleboard, paddle boat, or canoe. Head out on your own, or you can get a lesson from a professional instructor.
The Finger Lakes in general, I mean, where else in the world are you going to get so many long, beautiful lakes? And each one is a little different, you know, each one has its own personality.
Yeah, maybe you can take over anchor and I'll otherwise the band.
Now they cater to all ages, infants up to people in their 80s. So really this is open to anybody. They offer life preservers for infants and even your dogs if you want to take your furry friend out on the water. That could be an adventure. Just make sure
I should try that again.
Yes.
Because I'm in that age range, infants to 80s.
You haven't hit over 80 yet?
Not yet.
Soon enough, right? Yeah. So outside, we are inside right now tonight because we've been dodging a few raindrops here and there. But Josh is monitoring the forecast for us back home.
Josh Kozlowski is back home. He's on the weather deck and he's been monitoring everything. And actually for the Finger Lakes, including Auburn right here, we do have a brand new flash flood watch that has been issued because you might have noticed the humidity today. We got some heavy downpours around. But with all the latest on that, we'll go back to the weather deck and meteorologist Josh Kozlowski. Josh, what's it looking like there?
Well, Wayne, since the last time I was out here, the sprinkles on the weather deck, above the weather deck, have actually stopped, but the humidity hasn't stopped. It's actually, I think, it feels more humid every single time I come out here. So that's what most of us are dealing with right now. But live triple Doppler radar is definitely active tonight. Let's talk about those alerts Wayne just mentioned. Flash flood watch in the area for parts of our area anyways. We do have some of our southwestern counties that are under this watch until midnight. That would include Seneca County, southern half of Cayuga County, Tompkins County, Schuyler, as well as Yates and Steuben County. And you can see there it is in the dark green shading. And there's actually even a flash flood warning. I'll tell you more about that just outside our immediate area there in the fluorescent green. So again, these areas have already seen some rain today. They may see some more as we go through the evening hours. And the orientation has been southwest to northeast. Here in Syracuse, again, maybe some sprinkles scattered around, but that is about it. Check it out, though, as I outline with these arrows here. This is the orientation. This is the zone where a lot of the rain has just been kind of, I call it training, like putting a penny on a railroad track, and the train just runs over that penny again and again. Yeah, that's what's going on in the atmosphere here. So some spots down to our south and west. Flash flood warning here. Steuben County till 8:45 this evening. You can see some of that, just clusters of rain just drenching them. And a lot of rain in a very short period of time, hence the word flash. Okay, the rest of us, though, just dealing with the humidity. Feels like Florida when you're stepping outside tonight. That's staying with us for the rest of tonight. We're in the upper 80s, near 90 right now. Very, very stuffy, humid, uncomfortable at times. Look at all these high dew points. Air conditioning needed to help you fall and stay asleep tonight. Now, tomorrow morning, like this morning, kind of quiet to start, very humid though. You want to go out, the morning time should be okay, but afternoon, we're going to have some more thundery downpours in the area, and eventually we will be clearing things out after being in the mid-80s tomorrow. Look at Sunday, Monday, near 80, lower humidity. Look at these overnight lows back in the 50s. Could it be? And then later in the week, the humidity comes up a little bit. Next best chance of rain will not be until Thursday. All right, a live look outside. Stanley Lost Skywatch brought to us by Adirondack Furniture. The skies are cloudy, some sprinkles in the area, but the roads are okay. We're going to head back out to Auburn now with Megan.
All right, Josh, thank you so much. Stephanie DeVito joins us now. She is the head of the Auburn Business Improvement District. Great to see you.
Great to see you.
And
as
you
well.
brought us our favorite segment of the night. All right, so let's start off. Who do we have here?
All right, so we have Next Chapter Brewery. We have a margarita pizza, which is a classic favorite. And we have fresh mozzarella, we have house sauce, and basil.
Okay.
So,
all right, so we're going to give Wayne a piece of that. And let's keep going.
We'll try this one.
Okay.
There's a lot of things, so you got to keep going. Yeah.
All right, so what else do we have?
All right, then we have, from Next Chapter Brew Pub also, we have a Chapter Watermelon Wheat Beer.
Ooh.
So,
should we do a cheers to that?
We do a cheers to that.
Okay. Cheers to Auburn.
Cheers to Auburn.
Oh, this is, how do you eat? How do you,
know.
let's see this. Let's try this.
We'll try to figure this out.
Oh.
You ready?
I'll take mine out.
Delicious,
Ooh.
right?
You do kind of taste the hint of watermelon.
You do.
I like that.
Excellent.
Okay.
All right, so moving on, then we have Mesa Grande. So they have a burrito bowl, they have chips, they have queso, and then they have a chicken quesadilla here as well. So are we going to get Wayne to try that?
Wayne, you want to get in there?
I'm going to need more hands here.
Is this
in a
the
minute.
queso? No.
That's the queso.
That's the queso. Okay, well, I don't know what this tastes like, but get in there. You tell me what it is.
Whatever it is, I'll eat
We
it.
can get you a new chip with the queso. How about that?
I'll go with the queso.
Okay.
All right, so what's that? What else is
And
next?
then next we have potatoes and molasses. We have gazpacho soup. So you can try that, as well as over here in the corner we have Gretchen's Confections, so we have chocolate.
Oh boy.
And then we have the Picciano Family Foods Red Love Mom's Original Pasta Sauce with sausage, which also represents the Taste of New York, which is located in the back of our
Okay, you got to
building.
try some of this.
Okay. Now, so this is really interesting because you guys have a whole case set up here, right? So people can come in and see these are foods that are from New York.
Yes,
so support
absolutely.
local, right?
Yes, so the Taste of New York, it's grown local, it's produced local, and
it's so good.
And it's excellent. So we have many different things that are represented in the Taste of New York, and like I said, it's just awesome that it's all locally produced and locally grown.
All right, tell me about Auburn. What do you love? Because you've been here for a long time.
I have. Auburn is fantastic. I love everything about Auburn. We have so many things happening, starting with our Music on the Malls, which are the second Fridays of every month, to Founders Day, which is August 10th. We have our Tomato Fest, which is September 7th. We have all our concert series and all our city parks that we have and movies. So much happening here in downtown. And then we have our Saturday Market that will go all the way through October 26th right here at the Equal Rights Heritage Center. So there's so many things to do for so many different ages, and you know, you can't go wrong with coming downtown to Auburn.
Right in the heart of Central New York. And
Absolutely.
do you sort of echo that sentiment that the mayor felt? You're feeling more of an energy downtown?
Absolutely. You know, there's such a positive energy, and we have so much support and collaboration with all the businesses and with the city, and it's really phenomenal to be in the environment that we are in, and now with the New York Equal Rights Heritage Center.
Yeah, it's great.
Soon,
one-stop shop.
Absolutely.
All right. And you have all this great food. So, I mean, what could be wrong?
Yeah.
Right? Exactly. Stephanie, thank you so much.
Thank you
We're going to
so much.
continue our sampling coming up in just a bit, right?
I got some more eating to do.
We do have a lot more eating to do, so we'll have more of that as we continue our live broadcast tonight from Auburn.
Your Town, Auburn is presented by Fusillo Auto Group and Cayuga Medical Center.
And welcome to our beginning of our Your Town series this summer, Wade.
How about that? Another summer.
We are excited to be here live in Auburn tonight to check out this bird's eye view from our Sky Eye 1 drone, just soaring over the beautiful Auburn, located on the north end of Owasco Lake. Hi, everybody. I'm Megan Coleman, along with our chief meteorologist, Wayne Mahar. And what a great way to kick off summer.
Oh, it certainly is. What a great building this is, and it is just terrific. And a great crowd behind us.
Yes, hi, guys. They're excited to celebrate Auburn. We are live at the New York State Equal Rights Heritage Center, and it's a beautiful building. Just opened back in November. It's sort of a one-stop shop if you want to learn about where to go in Auburn, hear about the culture and all the history.
That's terrific.
Yeah. So this is part of First Fridays, and they offer it here in Auburn. A great way for families to get outside and enjoy, go to some of the historic sites, and you can learn more about that here. Auburn is located right in the heart of Cayuga County. Let's show you where it is. Many of you are probably familiar with it. It sits in the heart of the Finger Lakes region. It's about 25 miles west of Syracuse. Pretty simple drive-in, right?
It sure is.
Yeah, the city's home to about 27,000 people. It is rich in culture, arts, history. It has so many historic sites, historic landmarks, and really just a great place to come and learn about the history that has unfolded here in Auburn over the many years. The city of Auburn also has a long history with the game of baseball. And what's more American and sort of summertime than that, right?
Baseball it is.
Yeah, fans can watch the minor league Doubledays team play in the New York Penn League. The team is named after Abner Doubleday, a Civil War general from upstate New York, who many believe created the first version of baseball that we are used to watching today. They've seen some upgrades at the stadium there recently. Our Lauren Khalil is live from Doubledays. And Lauren, how are things looking there tonight as they get ready for their big game?
That's right, Megan. And since October of 2018, crews have been hard at work out here making sure that all of those renovations were complete before the first pitch of the season. And that's exactly when they finished, was in May, just in time for the Auburn Doubledays to kick off this year. Now, the last time that anything was done in terms of renovations was all the way back in 1995. The renovations included an installation of artificial turf, new LED lights, a scoreboard, and even a bigger clubhouse. Now, teams like the Auburn Doubledays use the field, but also community college teams, high school teams, and even Little League can enjoy the new features. And with these renovations, the park is being used for more than just sports.
A lot more ability for people in the community to come down and utilize the park or get to experience the park than we ever had with just a baseball program here.
And even last night for the 4th of July, they kicked off a firework display. And then tonight, the Auburn Doubledays, they have their first pitch at 7. The team has been on and off the field today in terms of the rain here. But as of now, we know that they do still plan to play. So hopefully they can take home that win. For now, reporting live in Auburn, I'm Lauren Khalil.
All right, Lauren, thank you. Behind us here, the crowd is still here. I think, are you guys just here for the food? Here for the samples? I think they're waiting to raid our table of samples.
I think they may be.
We're having a great time here in Auburn tonight with this great crowd. And again, we're broadcasting live from the Equal Rights Heritage Center, brand new to this community. It's really a one-stop shop for travelers who are looking to explore Auburn and find out all the great places to check out. So the center pays tribute to about 250 years worth of history of New Yorkers and their search for equality. In a self-guided exhibit, you can even hear the words of Eleanor Roosevelt and William Seward.
Everybody is very wowed by the content because it's presented in such a digestible manner, and they're very moved. Some people get very emotional when they come in here, especially when they go out in the courtyard and see the bronze statue of Harriet Tubman.
You can find the center next to the Seward House. The center has already had about 6,000 visitors since it opened last year. We've been dodging a few raindrops out here today, so we've come inside. What's the status of the rain, Wayne? Do you think that Doubledays game will get rained out?
You know, I think it's going to be okay. I'm not saying there won't be a little bit of a delay.
Okay.
It's scattered stuff, so that's a good thing. It's not like a widespread area of rain.
Not a washout.
Scattered showers, scattered thunderstorms around, and what I've noticed over the past hour, they're starting to weaken, but keep in mind that most of the Finger Lakes, including Auburn here, they've got a brand new flash flood watch up until midnight tonight because some of these storms that are around, even plain old showers, they're producing locally heavy downpours.
So we'll keep an eye on that.
We got to keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that tomorrow as well. But let's give a quick look at the live triple Doppler radar brought to you by Falso Service Experts. And you can certainly see, basically Syracuse north and especially westbound, there are scattered showers, scattered thunderstorms around, and that's something we'll keep an eye on. I think what's going to happen is that when the sun goes down tonight, the heating of the day stops. I think they're going to weaken. They're already starting to weaken. And then tomorrow, ahead of a cold front, they're going to fire back up again. So we'll watch that for tomorrow. Continued scattered showers and thunderstorms.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on it, Wayne. Thank
Okay.
you. Well, today is the second day of the 4th and 5th A Fair event at the State Fairgrounds, in Geddes. There are several carnival rides, food from Limp Lizard Barbecue, and Hoffman hot dogs. The event features live music and local bands, and admission is free. On the forefront of people's minds is the heat. Dan Messinio continues our coverage with neighbors trying to stay cool.
The carnival behind me is the kickoff to Comic-Con this weekend, but if you're headed out here to have some fun on the rides and to walk the midway to play games, then you should be ready for some heat and sun. We're still more than 40 days to the New York State Fair, but today on the fairgrounds, Carnival has popped up in front of the Expo Center ahead of Comic-Con. And those riders who decided to head out have to deal with the blistering weather. And with a high hovering around 90 degrees, organizers say to wear sunscreen, and they have plenty of refreshments and cold treats to cool you down. And while the rides are turning outside, a crew is busy inside the Expo Center setting up for Salt City Comic-Con. Organizers say it's a fun way to beat the heat this weekend.
But indoors, it's air conditioned, so it's very comfortable. Wear comfortable shoes. The Expo Center is gigantic, and be ready to be surprised and amazed.
Comic-Con opens inside the Fair Expo Center at 11.
All right, thank you so much, Dan. Our Melanie Johnson continues our live team coverage. She's hearing from the company responsible for launching those fireworks and has this unique perspective. Melanie?
More and more people are telling me they are excited for the fireworks, and we are outside the expo where they're supposed to get the best view tonight. The fireworks will start tonight at 9:30 p.m. I just got off the phone with Majestic Fireworks, and they tell me they are excited to set up the show as well. Carnival goers tell me that they don't mind staying here for until 9:30 because to them, watching the fireworks is a part of showing that they are patriotic.
Every time something cracks, something like that, that's the muzzles that went off back in 1776. So most definitely, that's what it's about.
Again, the fireworks will start tonight at 9:30 p.m. This is a judgment-free zone, folks, and the admissions and the parking will be free. Again, the fireworks start at 9:30 p.m. Back to you.
All right, Melanie, thank you so much. Well, there's a lot more to come live from Auburn tonight as our Your Town series continues. It's Still to come, from slavery to freedom, Harriet Tubman changed countless lives. Up next, how her life is being honored as her legacy lives on in the Auburn community. You're watching our special Your Town series from Auburn, only right here on NBC3.
Auburn is presented by Fusillo Auto Group and Cayuga Medical Center.
Look tonight, Perform for Purpose, performing for us tonight. Here's our Your Town series continues live from Auburn. Hi everyone, I'm Megan Coleman. So glad to be with you here tonight, and they are just incredible. Sean McLeod is with us now. He is the executive producer of the National Harriet Tubman Freedom Awards.
Yes.
Also, the Harriet Tubman Freedom Music Festival, which is next Saturday.
Which is next Saturday.
So you guys have a lot going on. This is so exciting. So Harriet Tubman, gosh, what an incredible figure in this community.
Yeah, we're very fortunate that Harriet Tubman chose Auburn as her free home, right? And the relationship with New York in general. And so the Harriet Tubman Freedom Music Festival really is a way for us as a country to be able to figure out how we're going to celebrate the connectiveness that we all have, and that is freedom. Like freedom itself, a world-class celebration of what it means to be free, and picking, I believe, an iconic figure to help us all have that visual image as to what we mean when we say free. And obviously, for so many, Harriet Tubman is that iconic figure.
You know, when I visited the home recently, I spoke with Karen Hill, who heads up, and she said, listen, I wouldn't be standing here today were it not for Harriet Tubman. And you think about that and what that means and how many lives she has changed over the course of history. It's just remarkable.
Technically, I would say that after her life, there's not a life she hasn't touched. Right?
Yes.
I mean, anyone who ever wished for more, anyone who ever wished for a better disposition for people that they knew or didn't know, or just, I mean, she is a person that showed the possibility that a single person could sincerely change the course of where this entire globe could go.
And you think about the risks, really. I mean, if she went back anywhere between 9 and almost 20 times, she truly risked her own life to help save others.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think that there's a misnomer as to the concept of what Harriet did. Everything she did was illegal.
Yeah.
Just wanting to be different was illegal.
Yeah.
Right?
And speaking out.
Right. And so helping folks understand that that is actually a positive thing, and sometimes you have to go against what is normal to find
that time
to find what is necessary.
Yeah,
and I think that's what she did. I think that's what the folks that built this place did. I think that is what BID does, that everybody reaches out. We have this real legacy of giving, with the hopes that it affects other people.
All right, and then quickly, tell me about next Saturday. What do you guys have going on?
Next Saturday, we have people coming in from all over the globe to celebrate Harriet Tubman. First, we have the Harriet Tubman Freedom Awards, which acknowledges people from around the globe in the name of Harriet Tubman for the greatness that they do. And that's actually a VIP reception that starts at 3:30, right here in these beautiful hallowed halls. And then after that, at 5 o'clock, we open up the skies to music with some really beautiful, iconic folks. And one of Syracuse's only, Noah Kellman is actually the musical director.
Wow.
It's really brilliant. We're going to have a really great time. I see Stephanie, just really making certain that this place just really thrives.
That's great.
Pauline Johnson. We're just really fortunate. I think we're just really fortunate about the way that this community has become a beacon.
That's right.
For what change looks like.
Well, we're so happy for you, and best of luck next Saturday. And thanks for all that you do.
Yeah, thanks for coming over, Jesse. Thanks for all of this.
We have a great group of people who are putting on wonderful events here in Auburn, and certainly a place that you'll want to come visit this summer with your family. Sean, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
There's a lot more to come live from Auburn tonight. We'll check that forecast for you as we get ready to head into the weekend with Wayne when we come back. Well, welcome back live to Auburn tonight. We're going to sample some of these chocolates. Josh, we just wanted to tease you here as we head back to talk about weather. But we're going to get in on these in just a minute.
We're going to get those in a second. But the tease is, too, that this area right now, all the Finger Lakes, Auburn, flash flood watch in effect, which Josh is going to tell us a lot more about starting right now from back on the weather deck. Josh, take it away.
All right, thanks, Wayne. Thanks, Megan. Those look very yummy there. But for right now, yeah, we got some drops falling again here on the weather deck just about an hour ago or so. And yes, we do have some spots that have already dealt with a lot of rain. I've actually got some storm reports for some parts of the Finger Lakes. We'll get to those in a minute. But right now, let's talk about the alerts. We've got some flash flood watches actually out for parts of our viewing area. That's the dark green shading for southern Cayuga, Seneca, Yates, Schuyler, Steuben, and Tompkins counties. That's now through midnight tonight. but the potential of some flooding happening very rapidly that could cause some damage. And again, we actually have in this fluorescent green a flash flood warning for central northeastern Steuben County, and that's going on for at least another hour or so. So that's really heavy rainfall over a very short period of time. Live triple Doppler radar brought to us by Falso Service experts. We do have some drops and some showers again, getting closer to the city of Syracuse now. And as we take a look at the loop version of the radar, I put these arrows on the map because it's showing this focus for southwest to northeast movement of the showers, the downpours. So they're kind of going over the same spots again and again. We call that training in the world of weather here. And again, this advisory or flash flood warning for Steuben County, it's until 8:45 tonight. And check this out. In some spots there have already dealt with too much rainfall. Look at that. Some roads flooded, traffic backed up there in Prattsburg, over towards Wheeler, some flooding across State Route 33 or 53, excuse me. And we also have some other roadways closed there. So yeah, definitely a lot of heavy rainfall going on there. You can see the wide view here. All this humidity plus the daytime heating plus a couple boundaries. Yeah, it's all been acting together to generate these thundery downpours. It's 83 right now in Syracuse, but look at all the heat and humidity to our west and south. So we still have to deal with it one more day tomorrow, and the tropical levels of humidity are not going away until the second half of the weekend. Futurecast, look at this. Quieting down tomorrow morning, just like it was this morning. If you want to go out with the boat, I think morning time is best. And then by the afternoon, cold front tries to swing through with all this moisture and lift in the atmosphere. And it's going to try to dry out the atmosphere for Sunday. So Sunday is looking much, much nicer than it's been the past couple days. 7-day forecast, 70s tonight, 80s tomorrow, low 80s Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, lower levels of humidity, overnight lows in the 50s versus 70s, way more comfortable. All right, a live look outside. Stanley Law Skywatch brought to us by Adirondack Furniture, Route 81, downtown Syracuse. It's cloudy. We have some light rain outside right now. And we're going to throw it back to Auburn with Megan and Wayne.
All right, Josh, thank you. Well, hey, it's dessert time, Wayne.
It is dessert
From
time.
Gretchen's, yes.
And you said this is coffee
and cinnamon,
something.
which we know that you love.
Coffee cinnamon.
And mine, I think I'm going to do raspberry, and this has black currant liqueur in it. So cheers.
Okay.
Cheers. We are going to have much more on the crunch coming up in just a bit, but first, cheers from Auburn, live from your town tonight.
Come out to Cornell's Liner Rink Saturday, July 13th at 5:30 for Racker Rivals Big Red, a hockey exhibition featuring celebrity NHL players, Cornell alumni, and local celebrities including CNY Central's own Wayne Mahar. Tickets are just $12 and proceeds support early childhood services.
Hi, I'm BJ Reister with Reister's Appliances, and for 74 years, we've been proud to be part of your town. At Reister's Appliances, we offer you all the major brands as well as all the services you will need. The Reister's team is a key part of your town. They live, work, play, and raise their families here. At Reister's, you'll get experience and service that can only be found at your locally owned store. Get it right at Reister's Appliances, a very important part of your town at Auburn and Canandaigua.
At Reister's. My approach to my first experience with cancer was wrong in so many ways. I did no due diligence on the doctors. I went based on what a couple of friends had done. Some of the world experts in their fields of cancer are at Roswell. I didn't realize that. If Roswell had been involved at the inception, at the beginning, I definitely think it would have been a different story.
You love your pets, and we do too. Cayuga Veterinary Services is there when you and your pet need us the most. Together, we'll pick out your pet's wellness plan to enhance their health. We offer treatments such as minimally invasive surgeries, acupuncture, and pet laser therapy. Plus, we're the only practice in Cayuga County accredited by the American Animal Hospital Association. Cayuga Veterinary Services, just off Route 5 in Auburn. A lifetime of wellness for your pet.
Here at the Cayuga County Health Department, our nurses help our moms improve their health and reach their goals. Ultimately, we know that if we have a healthy mom and healthy baby, we have a healthy community.
At the Nurse Family Partnership, my nurse actually helped me meet all of my goals, not only for the milestones with my child, but my personal goals, career goals, helped me stay on track, was there for me and my daughter whenever we needed it.
The Cayuga County Health Department is committed to healthy moms, healthy babies, and a healthy community. This is NBC3 Sports.
Syracuse Crunch fans, go ahead and celebrate the star of last season back with the organization. Good evening, I'm Nico Tamuri, and Carter Verhage leading the entire American Hockey League with 82 points, helping Syracuse to a North Division championship. Now, the Tampa Bay Lightning announcing tonight he will be in their system for the 2019-2020 season. What does that mean? Well, it's a one-year, two-way deal, meaning Carter can go between the NHL and Tampa and the American League with Syracuse, so it can be a call-up kind of thing. In fact, training camp this September will be very interesting on that front to see where Carter ends up starting the season after such a great year last season. Verhage setting career highs in Syracuse for goals, assists, points. The Crunch home opener, if you're counting down, is set for October 19th. Well, remember the name and the face of Jason Savicule. Let's be honest here. If you follow high school baseball in Central New York, you already know about Jason. The Maryland-bound pitcher still has unfinished business at the high school level next season with the Bees, but in the meantime, playing in an awfully prestigious All-Star game tomorrow. After playing in a special combine of the best 80 players nationally in Florida, Jason now rated in the top 40 high school players in the nation. And get this, at that Florida combine, he got to play on Derek Jeter's team, and there he is with the Yankees legend. How cool is that? His pitching coach at that tournament was Yankee great Andy Pettitte. And there's Andy with Jason. So obviously the experience of a lifetime. He will pitch an inning in tomorrow's All-Star game in Cleveland. What a thrill to play at Progressive Field, home of the Cleveland Indians. First pitch is scheduled for 1:30. Back here at home, the Syracuse Mets gearing up for Game 2 against Buffalo tonight at 7:05. Last night selling out the stadium. More than 12,000 fans on hand for a Syracuse 7-5 victory, by the way. And this is the home stretch into the All-Star break. Syracuse hoping to get there on a high note, setting the stage for maybe, just maybe, a run in July and August. This team knows certainly has the firepower, definitely the experience to make that happen. It's all about being in position and striking at the right time.
We feel pretty good. Got a lot of guys, and yeah, we're excited with the way things are going. So it's been an adjustment. You know, I haven't played in the cold weather in a long time, being in the PCL, but being out here, man, it was a little bit of an adjustment, and so, you know, always trying to get better every day. So I feel like we've been doing that here.
When the stadium is with a lot of people in there, so we playing like concentrate and try to do the best inside for all the fun, enjoy the show. So.
First pitch with Syracuse and Buffalo set for 7:05 tonight. I'll bring you the best plays at 11. But right now, let's go back to Auburn with Megan and Wayne.
All right, Nico, thanks so much. What a great night it's been here in Auburn.
It has been terrific.
Yeah, we've had so much fun. Thank you for joining us for our very first Your Town of the season here in Auburn. Next week, we head to Ithaca to explore all the great things going on in that community.
Look forward to that.
All right, so we want to leave you tonight with a live last performance, performing Hallelujah, one of our favorite songs. This is Perform for Purpose. They're playing 75 shows this summer. Maybe you'll be able to check them out here in Cayuga County. Thanks for joining us tonight, everybody. We'll see you at 11.